Hello everyone and welcome to the Gunpla Network News. As always, I'm your host, The Spicer, and today's episode of the news is brought to you by Canadian Gundam. Canadian Gundam is your one-stop shop for all your Gunpla and Plamo needs here in North America. Kits, tools, and so much more, Canadian Gundam has an extensive catalog, and when you're placing your order with them, don't forget to use the promo code Gunpla Network for 10% off. Starting us off this week, we've got the Gunpla Piplup, set to release in April of 2021 for a price tag of 715 Japanese yen. This water-type starter Pokemon comes to us from Gen 4. Piplup is a small bird-like Pokemon and is blue, as would be fitting for its element, water. This is another addition to the Gunpla line in which one of the starters is in the series. This is a pretty standard fare for the Gunpla line. We also have the Gunpla Scorbunny, set to release in April of 2021 for a price tag of 715 Japanese yen. Scorbunny comes to us from Generation 8 as the Fire-type starter Pokemon. A small bunny with red and orange accents, it as well is continuing that long-standing tradition in the Gunpla line. We also have the Figurized Standard Lena, set to release in April of 2021 for a price tag of 3,630 Japanese yen. This Figurized Standard kit brings Battlelena Melise to the plastic world from the franchise 8680. While I have no personal experience with this franchise, I was able to find out that Lena is a commander of Shin and namely commands the Spearhead Squadron. It's very interesting to see other franchises get adopted into the Figurized Standard line and only makes me hope for much, much more. Bandai is also launching Project PaleRider. Bandai states that in 2021, the launch of Project PaleRider is a new website they've put up for a new experience that has to do with the PaleRider. Not exactly sure because they don't really detail what this is, but it looks like it's kind of going through the development of all of the different PaleRider variants and maybe some of its backstory. Possibly. We see 3 different variants that aren't revealed, so we'll get some more of this soon, but right now it's just cool looking. We also have the SD World Heroes Warhorse, set to release in June of 2021 for a price tag of 550 Japanese yen. While it's no motorcycle, Warhorse makes a great addition to your SD collection. Donning a black and red color scheme will likely see other color variations of this as well, and it has an opening hatch on the back that'll open up so you can put your SD kits in it and make them look like they're riding a Warhorse. Speaking of SD World, we have SD World Heroes Satsuki Delta Gundam, set to release in June of 2021 for a price tag of 660 Japanese yen. This ninja-type SD features a fox mask, claws, molded in kunai, a shuriken, and a straight sword. Not sure, I don't think it's technically a katana, maybe it is, not sure. But it's using the Delta Gundam frame, which lends it to a very slim, pretty basic ninja-like body. We also have the high-grade Cosmic Era Dagger L, set to release in April of 2021 for a price tag of 1,320 Japanese yen. The GAT-02L2 Dagger L is the GM command of the dagger from Gundam Seed. It retains the ability to use striker packs and is a general increase in terms of power, maneuverability, and versatility over the dagger. This unit would go on to become the cannon fodder of Gundam Seed Destiny though, as it's still nowhere near as powerful as a Gundam. Now speaking of Gundams, we also have the high-grade Universal Century Kasi Gundam, set to release in April 2021 for a price tag of 6,600 Japanese yen. The RX-105 Kasi is the sister unit to the Penelope Gundam and is featured in Hathaway's Flash, the upcoming movies, and existing manga series. Being one of the largest mobile suits made by Anaheim Electronics, this behemoth comes in at 28 meters tall. It could be said if the Penelope is a big bird, the Kasi is a big angry bird. Speaking of the Kasi, we have the high-grade Universal Century Kasi Gundam vs. Penelope Gundam funnel missile effect set, set to release in April 2021 for a price tag of 17,380 Japanese yen. This set is going to come with both of the high grades, the Cassie and the Penelope, 2 separate display stands, the missile funnels themselves, the effect sets for those funnels, foil decals, and water slide decals as well. This is a really pricey set, but it's going to come with a relative mountain of plastic between these 2 model kits, the stands, the effect parts. It's going to be huge. We also have the Master Grade Mobile Gin, set to release April of 2020 for a price tag of 4,730 Japanese yen. The ZGMF 1017 Gin is the general-purpose mass-production mobile suit utilized by Zaft at the beginning of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Much like its predecessor, the Zaku, the Jin doesn't have the ability to use beam weapons, and instead relies on physical rounds, missiles, and its iconic signature large sword. The Jin would eventually be phased out and replaced as it is unable to use beam weaponry, but it was a very menacing mobile suit in the very beginning of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. We also have the P Bandai Master Grade Gundam Mark V, set to release in April of 2021 for a price tag of 8,800 Japanese yen. The ORX-013 Gundam Mark V is a prototype mobile suit designed as an updated, more contained Psycho Gundam on a regular mobile suit scale, or relatively at least. This unit may look very similar as it serves as the basis for what would eventually become the Dovin Wolf, the Silver Bullet, and the Silver Bullet Suppressor. And now for the top 5 of the week. In 5th place, we have Jason Combs and his Dark Mezzer. In 4th place, we have Jackson Lowe and his Master Grade Foz Verka. In 3rd place, we have Brian Cavs and his Fall of the Titans. In 2nd place, we have Bradley Bro and his high-grade Mezzer Custom. And in 1st place, we have Zulfazil Ninst and his Wing Zero Custom. And that has been it for the news this week. In those comments down below, of course, let us know what you're most excited to see. That Kasee Gundam is very interesting, but I do have to say that Master Grade Jin just has stolen my heart. Of course, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And of course, check us out on our other videos here on the Gunpla Network. We have reviews, interviews, lore videos, unboxings, and so much more, plus our website where all of this news drops the moment it comes out. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and our Teespring store. And of course, as always, friends, stay safe and keep on building.